Bitter Grounds, published in 1997, authored by Sandra Benitez, delves into the intricate tapestry of Salvadoran women spanning several generations. Their lives unfold against the rich backdrop of El Salvador's coffee industry, a driving force in the nation's history during the 19th and 20th centuries, an allusion hinted at in the novel's evocative title. At the heart of the story, two pairs of women occupy center stage, intimately entwining personal narratives with the grand sweep of national history. Drawing from her own experiences as a child living in El Salvador for 10 years while her father served as a diplomat, Benitez weaves a compelling tale. Bitter Grounds, Benitez's second novel, garnered critical acclaim and secured an American Book Award, following the success of her highly regarded debut, A Place Where the Sea Remembers, 1993. Recognizing her literary contributions, Benitez was honored with the Hispanic Heritage Award for Literature in 2004, and in 2006, she became a United States Artist Gund Fellow. The narrative commences with the harrowing account of the 1932 Salvadoran mass murder, targeting Indian peasants. Officially accused of communist sympathies, these peasants faced persecution driven by ulterior motives harbored by El Salvador's oligarchs. Following the massacre, their lands were confiscated, eventually repurposed for coffee cultivation. Amidst this tragedy, Papil Indian Mercedes Prieto and her 13-year-old daughter, Jacinta, emerge as the sole survivors from their village, their family irrevocably shattered with the loss of Mercedes's husband, Ignacio, and son, Tino. Left to struggle for survival in the aftermath of the killings, Mercedes and Jacinta face a daunting and uncertain future. However, a glimmer of hope emerges when Mercedes secures a job working for the affluent Contreras family, proprietors of the prosperous La Abundancia coffee plantation. Elena and Ernesto Contreras, cognizant of the plight of the lower classes, exhibit an unusual sensitivity towards their workers. Elena, in particular, is determined to assist Mercedes, recognizing the harsh conditions that afflict those of a lower station in life. As the story unfolds, the lives of these interconnected women navigate the intricate dynamics of power, love, and resilience, against the backdrop of a nation shaped by the relentless pursuit of economic prosperity through the coffee industry. Bitter Grounds paints a vivid and poignant portrait of El Salvador's history while shining a spotlight on the strength and spirit of Salvadoran women through the ages. In Bitter Grounds, Elena finds herself embroiled in troubles distinct from the survival struggles faced by Mercedes and Jacinta, whose intertwined narratives find an uncanny reflection in the telenovela, Los Dos, watched and referenced by all the characters, oblivious to its parallel to their own lives. While Mercedes and Jacinta grapple with adversity, the story takes a different turn for Elena. On the eve of her daughter Magda's wedding, Elena is confronted with a shocking revelation: her husband, Ernesto, in an intimate tryst with her best friend, Cecilia. Overwhelmed by shock and humiliation, Elena severs ties with Cecilia, unaware of the enduring consequences that will unfold from this rupture. Meanwhile, the economic landscape of El Salvador takes a central role in shaping the narrative. Political unrest and plummeting coffee prices exacerbate the challenges faced by all. The unions, positioned at the intersection of economics and politics, play a crucial part. Jacinta's first love, a union advocate, falls victim to his convictions, losing his life. Jacinta, already a mother to Alma from a liaison with a married man, witnesses her daughter grow into a political radical and dissenter. Tragedy strikes when Alma becomes a casualty in a botched kidnapping that claims the lives of Magda's husband and son-in-law, simultaneously intertwining their fates. Amidst the tumultuous events, Jacinta and Magda manage to survive, eventually finding refuge and a more serene existence in Miami during the 1970s. To their astonishment, they also encounter a figure from Jacinta's past, someone she believed to be dead, her long-lost brother, Tino, who, unbeknownst to her, survived the initial massacre that marks the beginning of the novel. Throughout Bitter Grounds, the words of a revolutionary echo in the backdrop, highlighting the stark divide between the privileged few and the marginalized masses, with an unbridgeable chasm between them. Benitez's novel fearlessly explores the volatile history of El Salvador, delving into the intergenerational dynamics between the owners and workers of a single plantation, unearthing the complex interplay of power, inequity, and resilience that resonates through the ages. The novel concludes with an impactful epilogue that underscores the weight of the country's history. The story persists, as all stories do, until life itself reaches its end. In a land called the Savior, 1980 marked the onset of a devastating civil war. By 1992, when peace was finally achieved, 75,000 lives had been lost, 300,000 had sought refuge elsewhere, while 5 million remained, filled with hope amidst bitter grounds. Bitter Grounds has been hailed as a timeless upstairs-downstairs tale, delving into the realms of both the privileged and the impoverished within a single plantation, intricately interweaving their lives. While this premise may seem familiar, Benitez's unwavering dedication to fleshing out each character prevents it from descending into mere novelty or gimmickry. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.